Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật Sự online channel. Hereafter, 6 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Hanoi, international Buddhist delegations pay walking visit at Quán Sứ Pagoda. Hanoi, Central Buddhist Education Section received decisions and INDUCES personnel for 2022-2027 tenure. The 6th ordination SIMA officially ordaining the novice monks in Nghệ Tĩnh. Thái Bình, commemoration of holy nuns Mahapajapati Gotami and senior elder nuns. Khánh Hòa, the 31st traditional retreat course opened for medicants at the Harang Ngọc Vạn. Digest of charity activities during the week. The following are the news in details. On March 28, 2023, Palagama Hamarathama Thero, abbot of Bomaluva Pagoda, the place of the great Bodhi tree, team leader of Sri Lanka Buddhist delegation, visited and worked with the honorifics of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council at Quán Sứ Pagoda, headquarters of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
The pharaoh recalled the journey to process the sacred Bodhi tree to Vietnam and hoped that the relationship between the two countries would become stronger and the Sanghas of the two countries more attached. The Sri Lankan Buddhist delegation also expressed gratitude to the government and people of Vietnam for helping Sri Lanka cope with the economic crisis, especially the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, with a donation of over 1 million USD to Sri Lanka over the years. In response, Most Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Vice Chairman, General Secretary of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council, thanked Sri Lankan Buddhism for giving the Bodhi tree crafted from the great auspicious Bodhi tree. The Most Venerable affirmed that the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha would always accompany Buddhism and the people of Sri Lanka to overcome all difficulties, and at the same time, he expected that the Vietnamese monks and nuns studying in Sri Lanka would become more thoroughly attended by Sri Lanka. In the afternoon of the same day, the delegation of the Indian Embassy in Vietnam went to Quán Sứ Pagoda to visit the venerable honorifics of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Mr. Ramahath, on behalf of the delegation, sent his greeting to the religious leaders and thanked the monks, nuns, and Buddhists for their help to the Indian people over the past time. On this occasion, Mr. Ramahath raised a new initiative in expanding cultural exchanges between India and Vietnam in the coming time. In response, Venerable Thích Quảng Tiếp, member of the Administrative Council, Office Management of the Central Buddhist Sangha, welcomed the idea of comprehensive cooperation with India, one of the oldest cultures in the world in terms of Buddhist culture.
The ceremony of awarding the decision, inducing the personnel and implementing activities for the 9th tenure 2022-2027 of the Central Buddhist Education Section was held on the morning of March 25th at the Vietnam Buddhist University in Hanoi.
In the opening speech, Most Venerable Thích Thanh Quyết, head of the Central Buddhist Education Section, said, "In the last term, the Central and Provincial Buddhist Education Sections have made efforts to train talented monks for the local and central Sangha. The section currently manages 4 Buddhist institutes and 35 Buddhist colleges and intermediate schools. The section focuses on developing graduate training programs, drafting the textbooks and reference books according to a framework of training programs at various levels, building electronic lesson plans for teaching online." At the ceremony, Venerable Thích Thanh Tuấn, Vice Secretary of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Council, Chief of the Sangha Office, announced the decision on the personnel of the 9th tenure 2022-2027. Accordingly, the section invited the Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân and 9 monks of the advisory board and 97 members led by Most Venerable Thích Thanh Quyết. On this occasion, the Central Buddhist Education Section also announced the decision to approve the personnel of the 6 affiliated subdivisions. In his blessing words, Most Venerable Thích Thanh Nhu praised the section for its achievements and believed that the section would continue to promote those achievements in the new tenure.
On the morning of March 27, the organizing board of the Great Ordination SIMA invited Most Venerable TIểng NGANH, chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Council, head of the Monastic Affairs Division, to be the head examiner of Preacher Council in the Ordination SIMA to ordain 27 novice monks after 3-day repentance practice.
The 6th Nghệ Tĩnh Ordination SIMA was organized by the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Nghệ An and Hà Tĩnh provinces from 24 to 27 March at Diệt Pagoda, Vinh City, Nghệ An province. At the ceremony, the monks performed the rituals of interrogation, asking the elderly karma explanation by the novice monks. After that, the Most Venerable Chief Preacher ordained the novice monks according to the traditional ritual. After receiving the fullness of the ordination, the novice monks listened to the Most Venerable Chief Preacher, who encouraged them, officially confirmed the Upasampada or full ordination, and he encouraged the bravery, strictly pure and diligent ascetic practice on the path of cultivation, enlightenment, and emancipation. Earlier, on the afternoon of March 26, Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, head of the Central Dharma Evangelism Section, head of the Hà Tĩnh Provincial Buddhist Board, came in witness of the importance of precepts in for the monastic life. The Most Venerable emphasized that the novice monks need to live a humble and gracious life and have to be ordained. The main precepts are the lamp, the rosary of equanimity, the solid armor to protect the monk. The Buddha formed the precepts so that if the Buddha's son kept to them, he would have the ability in emancipation. The Most Venerable emphasized the precepts to encourage the novice monks to understand the importance of the precepts, from which to always take the precepts as a teacher, because where the precepts are strictly maintained, the Buddha Dharma is prolonged. Finally, the Venerable hopes that the novice monks should keep the body and mind pure, keep the body-mind solid, thirst for the need of praying and vowing to maintain the teachings throughout the whole life, progress to practice, cultivate the threefold petition, to become a monk praying to Buddhism, mingling himself among sentient beings, helping Buddha Dharma more highlighted.
On the morning of March 26, 2023, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, non-subsection of Thái Bình province, held a ceremony to commemorate Mahapajapati Gotami and her senior elder nuns at Hoàng Vân Pagoda, Đông Cường Commune, Đông Hưng District, Thái Bình province.
In her opening speech, Master Nun Thích Đàm Lương, head of the Provincial Nuns Division, expressed her wish for the grace of the Holy Ancestor Kiều Đàm and the merits of the senior elders and nuns, generations who have worked hard to cultivate and delegate to the Dharma, Buddhism, and the nation, enlightening and raising the steps for Vietnamese nuns in general and Thai nuns in particular in the past until today. The Holy Mahapajapati Gotami was the first nun approved by the Buddha to get ordained and opened the tradition of practicing in the pure holy life of women. Then the Bhikkhuni Sangha was established and it has been growing since then, day by day. In thankfulness, Master Nun Thích Đàm Thính respectfully paid homage to the Master who founded the Nun Sangha to follow the Buddha and the congregation following the nuns, so that since then the pages of Buddhist history are imprinted with her name, a holy nun who maintained the 8 Noble Truths forever. On this occasion, Thái Bình Province Nun Subsection handed over the Great Solidarity House worth of 50 million Vietnam dong to the Provincial Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee to support disadvantaged households in the area. Speaking at the ceremony, Mr. Bùi Bá Vương, Vice Chairman of Đông Hưng District People's Committee, also paid tribute to Mahapajapati Gautami, the first woman to be ordained, and also the top leader of the Nun Sangha, still active in life. In his bestowing words, Venerable Thích Thanh Hoa, head of the Taiping Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, affirmed that Mahapajapati Gautami preserved the inheritance of the Noble Eightfold Path, deserves to be the leader of the nuns. At the end of the ceremony, the monks and nuns and delegates offered incense to commemorate Holy Nun Mahapajapati Gautami and senior elder nuns, praying for the blessings of the three jewels to bestow the nation and the people, the longevity of the Buddha Dharma, and the peace of the people.
On the morning of March 24, 2023, the Mendicants Order solemnly opened the 31st Traditional Mendicants Retreat course at Ngọc Vạn Vihara, Vạn Ninh District, Khánh Hòa Province, hosted by the Third Sangha, with more than 130 practitioners among the attendees.
Speaking in his opening speech, Most Venerable Thích Giác Toàn, head of the organizing board, said, "The Patriarch always focuses on living together and studying. Therefore, following his deeds, the Sangha of the sixth congregation relied on each other and are guided by senior and high-ranking religious leaders to practice in the traditional sectarian retreat." On behalf of the organizing board, Venerable Giác Hạnh reported on the preparation and made a vow to back up the retreat course. This is the first time that the traditional retreat of the Mendicant Order has been held in Khánh Hòa Province. The Most Venerable vows to devote his own efforts and calls on the Buddhists to donate and facilitates the retreat course so that the Venerable honorifics could be a dish to study in the coming days. Most Venerable Giác Pháp, vice of the section, Confessed Church of the retreat course, announced the rules and timetable for understanding and practicing. In his blessing words, Most Venerable Giác Giới, meditation master of the retreat course, wishes that practitioners need to unite, study diligently, pay attention to perseverance and patience on the path to seek emancipation. Based on proper practice, each practitioner can subtract the defilements to achieve peace in the life of intensive ascetic study.
The following is the update of Buddhist charity activities in the week.
On the afternoon of March 27, 2023, monks and a Buddhist ashram in Khánh An Monastery, Ho Chi Minh City, presented 300 gifts to support cancer patients at the Cancer Hospital No. 2, Thủ Đức City. Each gift is worth 300,000 Vietnam dong. The total amount for the gifts is 90 million Vietnam dong. The funding for charity was raised by Kiều Phong Buddhist in Vũng Tàu City and NGHE Buddhist in Gò Vấp District. Under the guidance of Venerable Thích Minh Phú, member of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Council, vice head of the social charity section of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Sangha, chairman of the Nguyen Charity Society, District 4, Ho Chi Minh City, on March 27, 2023, the Nguyen Charity Society started the construction of the Nguyen Bridge number 471-472 in Bến Tre Province and presented more than 200 gifts to support ethnic people in INDUCES Province. The Nguyen Bridge number 471 and 472 is 22 meters long in Đình Thủy Commune, Mỏ Cày Nam District, Bến Tre Province, funded by the Từ Nguyen Charity Society with a total budget of 300 million Vietnam dong. On this occasion, the society also presented 208 gifts with a total value of 164 million Vietnam dong to support ethnic minority people in Viễn Sơn Commune, Văn Yên District, INDUCES Province. Each gift contains 800,000 Vietnam dong of cash and necessities. On the morning of March 29, 2023, the Social Education and Communication of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, in collaboration with TIểng ANH PAGODA, Ho Chi Minh City, presented 100 gifts to support people who are being examined and treated at TIểng ANH PAGODA Clinic. Từ Han Pagoda Clinic has a charity exam every Wednesday morning and has been operating for more than 10 years to care for and provide free treatment for patients in difficult circumstances in the area. In Rạch Giá City, Kiên Giang Province, on the afternoon of March 25th, Ngọc Sông Friary and Thiên Minh Pagoda, District 12, Ho Chi Minh City, handed over 100 gifts to support disadvantaged people in the area. Vĩnh Thạnh Ward, Rạch Giá City. To implement the second program, Blood Flows to the Heart, on the afternoon of March 25th, the Buddhist charity section of Bình Chánh District and the Society of Poor Patients in Ho Chi Minh City and the Poor Patients of Liên Hoa Kim Cang Sponsor Society went to the Department of Surgery, Cardiology of Ho Chi Minh City Children's Hospital to visit and support 2 congenital heart cases for 2 disadvantaged children with a total budget of 300 million Vietnam dong. It is known that Blood Flows to the Heart is a meaningful volunteer program which is maintained regularly by the Buddhist charity section of Bình Chánh District. The source of funding is from sponsors, Buddhist businesses to treat heart disease for less fortunate children. From 24th to 26th of March 2023, Venerable Thích Minh Phú, Chairman of the Nguyen Charity Society, District 4, Ho Chi Minh City, and Buddhists and benefactors gave more than 2,000 gifts and interacted with patients and elderly people in some hospitals and social protection facilities. At Biên Hòa Psychiatric Hospital, number 2, Dong Nai on March 24th, the society socialized with patients in a variety show and offered 1,000 gifts of cakes, soft drinks, milk, and sausages. On March 25th, the society had a cultural exchange with patients at Thủ Đức Mental Care Center and offered 1,200 gifts. At Long An Provincial Social Protection Center, the society also socialized and gave 390 gifts to mental patients. On March 26th, the society presented 250 gifts to the lonely elderly people in District 12. The total volunteer funding is 247 million Vietnam dong, funded by Vietnamese expat Nathan Trần, Buddhist from the United States. At Tân Phước Pagoda, Kiên Giang Province, on the morning of March 26, 2023, the Home Sham Pagoda charity team, Phước Quốc City, and Buddhists and the Affectionate Flower Group presented 300 gifts to people in difficult circumstances in Mỹ Lâm Commune. Each gift is worth 450,000 Vietnam dong. The charity team also presented 45 gifts to students in extremely difficult circumstances studying at Phật Quang Charity Center on Duxley Street. The total value of gifts is 50 million Vietnam dong. On this occasion, the charity team also presented 50 gifts to support the construction workers at Phật Quang Phổ Chiếu Pagoda and offered the cash to monks and nuns of the 6 ascetic cohorts in the Provincial Buddhist Intermediate School. The total value of charity is nearly 400 million Vietnam dong. On March 25, 2023, the monks and Buddhists of NGHE Pagoda, Đơn Dương District, Long Dong Province, sent 15 tons of agricultural products, vegetables, tubers, fruits, to support the boarding monks at the Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City. It is known that Venerable Thích Trí Định, Vice Head of the Dharma Evangelism Section for the Youth, Vice Head of the Buddhist Teenagers Subdivision, Vice Head of Buddhist Dharma Evangelism Section of Long Dong Province, Abbot of NGHE Pagoda, encouraged the local farmers, benefactors to sponsor the studying monks and nuns. In Kon on the afternoon of March 25, 2023, the nun Thích Nữ Liên Nhân, head of the Buddhist Social Charity Section in Kon Tum Province, connected and created a gift fortune for the benefactors to give gifts to support ethnic minorities. The minority has extremely difficult circumstances in Lung Leng Village, Sa Bình Commune, Sa Thầy District, Kon Tum Province. The charity team gave 150 gifts, including necessities, with a total value of 45 million Vietnam dong. In Vị Đông Commune, Vị Thủy District, Hậu Giang Province, on the afternoon of March 26, 2023, the Buddhist Social Charity section of Châu Thành District, Dong Tam Charity Society, Ho Chi Minh City, and the sponsor and local authority started the construction of the local rural transport bridge of Dong Tam number 186. The Dong Tam 186 bridge is 23 meters long, replacing the old bridge over the Ngang Canal. The cost for the bridge construction is more than 200 million Vietnam dong, funded by Mr. Nguyễn Đăng Quang's family. After the speech, Venerable Thích Phước Thuận and the sponsors and representatives of local authorities performed the groundbreaking ceremony to the joy of the attendants. In order to relieve the difficulties in the central provinces, on the morning of March 25, 2023, the monks of Nghệ Tĩnh Pagoda in Ho Chi Minh City held a charity trip to hand over the water well, gave 200 gifts and 20 bicycles to the ethnic minorities in difficult circumstances in Ba Nam Commune, Ba the District, Quảng Ngãi Province. The charity team came to the place where people were living to check the water quality of the borehole, which was built to ensure the fresh water supply to the people. The charity team also awarded 9 bicycles to students in extremely difficult circumstances and 100 charity gifts for local people. In the afternoon of the same day, the charity team went to TIểng Phước Patriarchal Temple, Mộ Đức District, Quảng Ngãi Province, to give 100 gifts and 11 bicycles to support the disadvantaged people. The total value of this charity trip is about 180 million Vietnam dong. At the Labor Cultural House of Củ Chi District, on the morning of March 26, 2023, the Nguyen Pagoda Charity Society, District 4, Ho Chi Minh City, in collaboration with the Poor Patient Sponsoring Society and Ho Chi Minh City Labor Federation and the medical team of volunteer doctors, organized a medical examination and distribution of medicine to 1,600 families of workers in Củ Chi District. The doctors measured blood pressure, tested, performed general examination, ultrasound, dental and gynecological examination, prescribed the administered drugs for 1,600 workers and their children in Củ Chi District. The society also prepared free meals, affection meals, to support workers. On the same day, the society went to the elderly camp in District 12 to give 250 gifts sponsored by Buddhist Newsreel from the USA.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.